My mother-in-law humiliated me in front of everyone at the entrance of a luxury hotel. My sister-in-law stood beside her, laughing like it was a joke. But the moment they went inside and discovered who I truly was, their expressions changed completely, and what I did next left them speechless. It was a cold evening, and the harsh light above the glass doors shone directly on my face, making me feel exposed, as if I had been placed there on purpose for everyone to see. I had just taken one step toward the entrance when my mother-in-law suddenly lifted her hand, stopping the security guard, and said loudly, "She's not with us. She's pretending." The people nearby froze, some turned to stare. Others began whispering under their breath. My sister-in-law stood right next to me, barely hiding her smile. As if this public embarrassment was entertainment, I could hear my heartbeat pounding in my ears. But I forced myself not to move. If I spoke, if I reacted, years of buried pain might spill out all at once. This moment didn't come out of nowhere. It had been building for years. From the start of my marriage, I was never good enough in their eyes. My clothes weren't expensive enough. My background wasn't impressive enough, and I was never quiet enough. After my husband passed away, it was as if I no longer belonged to the family at all. To them, I became a burden, a woman barely surviving, and in truth, I was struggling. Rent, electricity bills, hospital costs, a job that ended without warning. Then another where I worked nonstop just to survive. Many nights I came home exhausted after long bus rides, only to wake up and do it all again. No one ever saw that side of my life, and maybe I never tried to show them. Standing there, humiliated at the hotel entrance, pulled me back to the one time I had asked them for help, just 1 month of support. My mother-in-law had smiled politely and said, "We all built our own lives. You should learn to do the same." That was the day I decided I would never show weakness again. The security guard glanced between me and my mother-in-law, unsure what to do as the silence stretched painfully. Calmly, I said, "I'm with them." My sister-in-law laughed right away and said, "She always does this. She just wants attention." For the first time, I looked straight at her, not with anger or tears, but with emptiness, as if I had already let them go. At that exact moment, a man stepped out from inside the hotel holding a folder. He called my full name out loud, saying it clearly and confidently. My mother-in-law froze mid-breath. I quietly took my phone from my pocket and showed him the email I had received that morning. He smiled, nodded, and said, "We've been expecting you. Please come inside." As I walked through the doors, my steps were steady, but my chest felt heavy. The same people who had been staring at me outside were now inside the lobby, watching again, but this time, their expressions had changed. My mother-in-law looked pale. My sister-in-law's smile was completely gone. That was when they learned the truth. I was starting work as a consultant in the hotel's financial department, the very role they had tried to secure for someone close to the man, the one I had earned instead. There was no announcement and no drama, just quiet reality. My mother-in-law tried to speak, but nothing came out. I looked at her and felt calm for the first time. I said softly, "I never asked you for anything. I was just trying to keep my life together." What followed wasn't revenge, it was a choice. I didn't embarrass them the way they had embarrassed me. I didn't raise my voice or say anything cruel. I simply took my place, did my job, and accepted the respect that doesn't need noise to exist. To understand that moment, you have to understand the silence that came before it, years of swallowing words at family dinners, years of being introduced as an afterthought, if at all, years of advice that sounded kind but felt dismissive. I had learned to make myself smaller so others could feel bigger. I had learned to survive without leaning on anyone, because whenever I did, I was reminded of how unwanted I was. The hotel lobby didn't magically change my life. I didn't suddenly become wealthy or powerful, and my problems didn't disappear the moment I walked through those doors, but something inside me shifted for the first time. I wasn't standing there hoping to be accepted. I was there because I belonged. That night, I returned to my small apartment. The same old refrigerator hummed in the corner, and the same simple room welcomed me back. Nothing around me had changed, but I had. I stood in front of the mirror and met my own eyes without looking away. I finally understood that some people will never accept you, no matter how hard you try, and that's okay. The real victory is accepting yourself. Life isn't a movie with dramatic miracles. It's made of quiet moments where you stop proving yourself and simply exist as you are, and sometimes that is more than enough.